Beep, beep. All right, fam, today we're going to be creating an insane UKG groove that we're going to be programming ourselves. I'm going to show you guys some cool tricks and tips so that you can make sick UKG grooves, but most importantly of all, you can push them forward. Play it, make it your own.
The kick. And when it comes to UKG, back then there was a formula when it came to kicks. However, now as I dive into MPH, Interplanetary Criminal, Silva Bumpa, it seems the kicks have changed. You're using dumpier kicks, but there's still one thing that's going to remain in the equation, and that is going to be the length of the kick. For example, I would call this Starbucks kick a more traditional UK kick versus we have here what I would call the interplanetary kick from the pack. I only know because I had my handy dandy, you know. These kicks are not going to be that long, and if they are long, I do recommend that you shorten them. Still power, FL Studio. Poderoso. I'm going to be putting this at 134 BPM. Which now brings me on to the next thing, and that is that we need to add swing to all of this drum loop we're going to create, and now is the time to execute it. I'm going to go here to the groove. You're going to click this little thing, and it's going to open up the groove pool. You're now going to see this if you didn't already. Big thing is going to be to make sure this global amount is set to 100%. I've been seeing a lot of people run it at 0%, and they're like, yo, Sin, I applied swing like you told me to, and you know, I played this track at ultra, and it just... no one fucking shake the butt. And I'm like, you know, dissecting the project. And then I'm like, oh no, look at that. And the swing you're going to use is 16ths. And you're going to want to go between 63 to 6/7. Even though there's no 6/7 or no 6/9. What a shame. However, for this, I'm going to opt for 64. In UKG, you're going to have different kinds of claps. But for the kick that we picked, which is a little bit more aggressive, the IC kick, I'm going to go more for something like this. Perfect. One key thing, one pro tip I want to note here is that a lot of people are very scared of pitching the drums up and down. As you're working on the loop, if you feel the clap is too dull and you want it higher up, then go for it. If you want it more grungier, dirtier, you either go down or leave it where it was. Now for the open hat, you can use the 909 open hat. These are going to tend to have more of a cymbal quality to them. Another pro tip here, if you really want to focus and care about the attention to details, which again, we got to combat the Suno users, which you can reduce the velocity of the first one. Now from here, you have two options on the next drum that you want to program in, and you can either go with the snare or you can go with the close hat. The snare drum in these kind of tracks or the rim shot is really going to give it the swing flavor. It's really going to give it that, okay, that's UK, that's that UKG, that's that UK garage G. Some artists like Bullet Tooth, like Riordan, are going to opt to use real snare recordings that they have saturated to hell or that they have ripped from breakbeat drums. But right now, I'm going to be using the 909 chord kit, which is going to sound a little vanilla. Now, this is where you can add even more notes if you choose to, and this is where you're going to outdo the Suno users again, because check it out. Velocity matters, but now I can do a lot of snare drums. Like, for instance, I could do one here, but I'm going to put them so quiet that it adds a lot, but it's going to be sort of like, you know, in Vietnam, like some people were hidden in the bushes and shit, and like, you know, no one knew they were there, but they were looking at the enemy, providing like, yo, this guy's using FL, and he just put a sound good. That's how he gets to sound, bro. Do cool stuff like that if the beat allows for it, but for now we're just going to keep it generic. We're going to keep it by the book, and now I'm going to go with the Omen. The other thing that you can do is you can use breakbeat and use the slice mode in Ableton to chop it up, let in like so. Use the free kilohertz one to really... So they both give a different vibe, and you can also always layer up on them, so that way it becomes like you're adding texture with this breakbeat. If I wanted to add more, I could either add close hats, tambourines, shakers from here on. So what I'm going to choose to do is add a tambourine, which is really going to add a lot of texture to this. The thing you want to keep in mind is just the velocity, right? How do you want the tambourine to feel? So in order to add some movement, we do velocity changes. Let's see if I can pitch it up. From here, sometimes on the kick, I might decide to grab like a little shaker loop or something. Bit of texture, but just super quiet. I'm gonna add a ping pong loop to the tambourine, 1/8 dotted, and then what I'm gonna do is just balance the track in place so that way the delay is always there, and I'm just gonna have it like this. Now going back to the kick, I do want to add some changes to it. I do want to create those little ghost notes we were talking about, so I'm feeling it here. I'm gonna do that. Maybe want to be careful because that's where one of the snare hits, but I will do a double kick and just lower this down. Now I can group all the drums up into the drum bus and use a glue compressor with 30 milliseconds of attack, very fast release, ratio of 2, and you just want that needle to dance to. From there, saturation is where it gets really fun because this is where you can start to use Decapitator, the Ableton Saturator, the Ableton Roar. For example, Roar has a really nice preset. This is a little too much, so I would lower down the dry and wet. And you can always even add more saturation, maybe like a hard clip. I want this to light up because that tells me that we're actually clipping the drums. I do love to add a reverb, a room reverb into the equation to send some of the drums, but we don't want to put... From there, I'm going to put a bass loop just to see how everything sounds. I'm going to shorten just the kick a tiny bit as we were talking about at the beginning. Widening the open hat a bit, so I'm going to add this align delay and just get the right side a little off. Checking in mono just to make sure the open hat isn't really getting effed too much. There is a bit of reducement in volume that occurs, but it's not too bad to where I would go like, oh, that's wrong, so that works. Now, other things that I can do here is, let's say that I was going for like a different style of track. If I programmed it in MIDI, what I can do is I can, instead of using snares, use rims, which will put me in a different department. I can also switch the kick. Now with this kind of beat, the cool thing about it is that you can really get like a groovy bass. All right, fam, so we went over a lot of really cool stuff that you can do with your drums, and I hope that it inspires you in some way or form. I was getting into these sessions with artists, and they were asking me for stuff like this. As you saw, it could be a little difficult to get the vibe right. This is why I created Omen, a system for myself, for other producers to use whenever they need to dive into the world of UKG. My goal was to make stuff that sounds proper, I can easily trust and mangle it to how it should sound. So if you guys enjoyed any of the sounds you heard, find these sounds in Omen, a UKG pack with Speed Garage DNA. But that being said, you guys take care and you guys have a great rest of your day.
You win!